Olympic Committee do better? Okay, so let's talk about Becca Meyers and the Paralympian Committee as a whole. Okay, um, I don't know if any of you saw the Olympic um, opening ceremonies. They were fantastic. They were amazing. There were so many people. There was such a wonderful spectacle. Um, I even liked how they had a Paralympian help um, bring the torch. Of course, they didn't light it on fire, but they carried the torch some way. There were Paralympians and people in wheelchairs in the opening ceremonies as well, in the dance routine, and it was just great. So, Paralympians should be recognized. They train just as hard, just as long, just as fast, and they were also denied the Olympic Games in 2021. In 2020, just like all the other Olympians. So they have been training for longer. Okay, in the case of like Becca Meyers, who's been training for 5 years. Okay, she's a swimmer. She also happens to be deaf and blind. So normally she has a PCA. For those of you who don't know, PCA is a personal care assistant. And they can do anything from helping you with navigation, if you can't see, helping you interpret things if you can't hear, to helping you in and out of your wheelchair, whatever you need. PCA is someone who you trust and someone who can help you do those type of things, okay? That have nothing to do with the sport. Just like certain things have nothing to do with your disability, but they come together. So, I'm sorry, I lost for words here. So, Becca Meyers is a swimmer. Like I said, she is visually impaired and is deaf. She has something called Usher syndrome. And unfortunately, she had to drop out of the race because the Olympic Committee denied her a PCA to come with her. Due to COVID, they said that, you don't want everybody bringing PCAs, and so they denied it. They do have one PCA for 33 athletes. I'm sorry, no PCA can help 33 people with various disabilities navigate Tokyo in a pandemic situation. She cannot navigate a new country. She has a hard time reading lips because everyone is wearing masks. Because of everything going on, hearing is even harder because, you have speakers coming from different areas. You might not be able to hear certain things. There's a roar of the crowd. There's a roar of the audience. There's coaches yelling from different, areas. There's just a lot. And so without an interpreter, it can be very confusing. It's also in a different language. And so no PCA can help 33 athletes. That's not feasible. That's not normal. That's not a normal situation. Plus, it's normally someone you can trust. Not all the time, but it's normally not a stranger. Not to mention the PCA that they hired, or any staff, is certified to help with people with visual impairments. So they have PCAs working their hardest, but they can't get to everybody. How is someone supposed to navigate a different country with a disability and be at the top of their game in an athletic event? This isn't fair. This isn't what the Olympics is about. This is about the game. This is about competition. And how are Paralympians supposed to compete in an ableist society where their basic needs are not getting met. And so she had to drop out of the Olympics this year. Even though in the past she's competed, in the past she's had a PCA, and it's never been an issue. This isn't right. This, in a time where Tokyo is trying to bring people together and bring hope and inclusion for everyone, they're denying basic playing fields. I mean, it's just not right. So when I saw the games, I was really excited. When I saw the opening ceremony, I was very excited. But it seems just so it seems so hypocritical that you're showing people with disabilities and you're showing all this greatness, that you're denying access. People should be allowed the same visual and audio needs as everyone else, which means Braille, which means an interpreter, which means someone to help navigate. It's a different country. There are different areas, there are different rules, there are different everything. And how is someone who cannot see and cannot hear, and I don't know how great her visual acuity is for her to be reading lips. I don't know how profound her deafness is. The point is, she needs help. And the Olympic Committee is saying, you're a wonderful athlete, you've proved yourself time and time again, but you know what? We're just not helping you. I've encountered this myself, not, of course, in the aspect of being a Paralympian. Those people are extreme athletes. Although I did Special Olympics, I never did something on that grand scale. I admire all of them immensely. Becca, you have my utmost respect. I hope I can call you that, Miss Meyers, but this isn't right. Like I said, I had this issue in college where I had, for my underclassmen, when I was at a state university, a public university, they had PCAs that would help with some academics, like because I am visually impaired as well. She would just write down what was on the board. Things like that. And it's just simple things, they would help open the door. They would help sometimes read small print when it came to books or worksheets or papers. They're not doing the work for you. They're leveling the playing field so that I have access to all the materials that I need necessary to actively learn. When I went to another university, which was bigger, they said that they did not provide PCAs at all. Now I know I should have gotten a lawyer, but hindsight is 2020. I was just so overwhelmed with being in a new environment that I didn't think about that. And so I struggled a lot. Now I did finish college, and it so far has been the crowning achievement in my family, pretty much. And it's something I hold very dear to my heart. Despite what anybody thinks, like I said, I really had no help. I did it all on my own. And what little support I got, it was with a fight. And that's why I had to change majors several times to find the right fit. Something I could manage, something I could do. physically demanding. Like I said, I loved engineering. Fortunately, I couldn't keep up with that because there was labs and things that were physically demanding that I just couldn't compete with. Yes, disability is something that people have to manage, people have to deal with, people have to overcome. Not really the disability, but the obstacles placed by other people. And this is what this Paralympian, unfortunately, had to make this tough decision that without a PCA, she cannot compete in the games. It was a blow. 5 years of hard work. This might be her last chance to be in the Paralympics and to play for her country and represent her country. And it's taken away because the committee has made an ableist decision that affects everyone. Now, the PCA could have worn a mask. PCA could have undergone all the other COVID-related tests that all the Paralympians had to do. There was really no need to deny this year. And I hope that they will rethink this decision for next year, or in the Winter Games, or period. This isn't right. This is an injustice. This has to be fixed. America needs to advocate for their Paralympians just like they advocate for all athletes, no matter what country they're in, whether it's Tokyo, whether it's Paris, whether it's the United States. Be better. Do better. I hope that she gets to compete again for her country, and that all the athletes have equal access to the games, to navigate the country that they're in and to navigate the world around them so that they can compete to the best of their ability, just like every other athlete. I would like to know your take on this, because some people feel that, well, PCAs are, for everyone to bring one, that would double the population in the stands and might create a risk. Maybe they shouldn't have the Paralympics this year. But again, you're denying Paralympians the same advantage that Olympians have. And that's not right. It's a simple decision that is the difference between someone finding greatness and someone just watching. So, if you decide, let me know down in the comments. I will talk to you later.